Ohtani's off the block, we think, for now anyway, while old man Rodgers takes a haircut, a $35 million haircut. That's more than Sean McCormick pays for his sweet fade. The hosts lose down under, which sets up a beauty against our Canadians. And Roleplay Ultimatum is back, and we'll talk about some extraterrestrials. No, not producer Ellie. All right, welcome to the Homestand show. It's standing room only in the studio, packed house. Justin Pooney, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good.
Looking good in blue today, man. Got a fresh
I'm
fade.
definitely not feeling blue today.
I'm feeling a little bit blue, and I'll tell you why in a second. Norzena, how's it going?
Great, thank you for having me.
Pararia?
Hey.
Hey, Sara Poraria is here. I'm feeling blue, man.
Why?
Because my boy Ohtani, his future has kind of been decided, you know?
Yeah.
According to the Angels GM, he will not be traded. And the Angels are kind of going all in to get to the playoffs. 4 games back of the Jays. They're playing right now. So far, Ohtani has struck out a couple of times. He hasn't hit the ball yet. But Mickey Moniak, by the way, in case you don't know who that is, he's batting behind Ohtani. Another 15-game hit streak, but we're not talking about Ohtani. We're not talking about Moniak, excuse me. We're talking about Ohtani. The other big news in the world of sports, Aaron Rodgers takes a $35 million pay cut to stay with the Green Bay Packers. To you, which is the bigger news? Ohtani officially staying?
Let me guess.
Or Rodgers taking the pay cut? It's a big, hefty pay cut. It really
is
is.
Is that a question? It's
actually
Aaron
is a
Rodgers taking a pay cut.
Really?
Of course.
Is that after Jaylen Brown signed that big one?
Oh, God.
Because think about it.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown signs $300 million, and he takes a pay cut of how much is he making now? $75 million or something.
Aaron Rodgers took a $35 million pay cut. It's basically a 2-year, $75 million fully guaranteed contract. So, I mean, he's still leaving. The original deal was going to be 2 year. It was 2 years, $110 million, but now it's 2 years, $175 million. But the reason they had to do this was because I was doing some research. So his cap hit
good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what?
Feeling feisty today on the show.
You know what, people? This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Just constant,
All right, break it down.
Please,
constant
stop.
ridicule of my journalistic integrity.
I can't.
So Rodgers actually, his cap hit was $1.2 million this year. Next year, it was going to be $107.6 million.
Crazy.
That's the amount of money the Jets would have owed him. So basically, you can't pay a guy $107 million a year unless you want to give him a stake of the company, right? So they restructured it. Now it's a little bit less than a $9 million pay cut, but he still gets all those guarantees. So my thing is this. Aaron Rodgers has always been classified as a selfish athlete, a guy who's always gotten the most amount of money out of him. He squeezed every money he could get out of Green Bay. Now he goes to New York. Now he's in New York, and we talked about this last week, where if you're in a big media market like LA and New York, the endorsement deals are so much richer than it would have been in Green Bay, even for a guy like Aaron Rodgers. So he's going to make up money on the back end, but this is on the New York Jets. Can they get more talent in for Aaron Rodgers to make sure that this roster is good enough to compete for a Super Bowl? They have a lot of talent. They still have some holes, but this is now on the New York Jets to make this right and build a championship contender around one.
A lot's on him, too, being the number one quarterback. But he's afforded himself this luxury to be able to take this type of pay cut.
He's also won a PR battle, too.
Being a champion already, having a Super Bowl, having a ring, being an MVP. So when you have that in the bag, it's similar to like what Freddie did. I think we talked about this, too. It's easy to make the decision to go after the money. But for him, he's like, I got the money. I can go to New York, get more exposure, like you're saying, and probably still have a serious chance of winning if they're putting the right pieces around.
And that pay cut gets you more pieces around you as well. So if anything, he's helping his team out too, right? So that's a different Aaron Rodgers. We haven't seen this one before.
Yeah,
he's
I like it, man.
Yeah, give me more help.
A couple athletes have done this now. Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, he did it. Nathan McKinnon in hockey. I'm kind of skipping on somebody else. There's got to be someone in baseball.
Tim Duncan did it for years with San Antonio. Yeah. Tom Brady did it for years in New England.
Fair, yeah.
If you
Giannobi just did.
I think
it too.
McDavid did take a little bit less money too. He could have, of course, set the world on fire with this, but he made sure they took a little bit less to keep.
He did.
Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah, a lot of Barcelona players, when Barcelona were going through that financial crisis, players had to take
evading taxes too in Spain at that time. So,
but Piqué was the number one guy to do that, right?
Doesn't watch any soccer.
Hey,
you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, here we go. No.
I seem to recall a lot of tax problems in Spain, and it was circled.
But I gotta ask you guys. I'm sorry about the Aaron Rodgers thing. I gotta ask you about Ohtani.
Right.
Take a shot every time I say Ohtani on this show. You guys must be like in the hospital by now.
I want this show to be called the Ohtani Show. Really.
I mean, it is every day. There's an Ohtani headline.
We have a different image of Ohtani every single day. We got a whole collage going. But why would the Angels not trade him right now when, let's say, the season's over? Because I'm sure he's going to want to walk. And if he walks somewhere, the same thing as Freddie, where don't you want to get something out of it? And if it's someone like Ohtani, that can get you a whole new team.
They probably think that they can still keep him, though. The Angels probably have it in the back of their mind.
Well, they can keep it for the season, right? But moving forward, if all this stuff's happened, and maybe it means that he wants to go elsewhere and win. He said that before too. So him going elsewhere, and even there's a chance of that, wouldn't it be, check out to see what you can get out of it?
So I got a few things with that. So the GM, he came out and said this today, I believe. We're going to roll the dice and see what happens, which sounds kind of risky. So I have like 3 theories. One being they believe they can still sign Ohtani. Number 2 is that they received no offers that they agreed with, that they liked for Ohtani. That felt like it was enough. And the other one is, I think maybe there's a chance that the organization wants to do right by Ohtani. He's most likely going to win the AL MVP. No one's even coming close. But if he gets traded to the NL, I'm not for sure on this, but I don't think he could win the AL MVP.
This is such a throwback.
It would be like taking that away from him. So those are my 3 theories on that. I truly believe that they probably didn't get an offer that they liked for Ohtani.
My one thing is this: if you're the Angels, why would you come out a week before the deadline and say it? That means they must have had offers of Ohtani on the table, and they just didn't like it. Why just not say anything till the deadline?
They're playing better. That's
keep
why.
it, and then keep him, and just see if a desperate team like the Yankees or whomever might just
every team in the MLB
might
but
throw
also,
a huge offer.
If you have someone like Ohtani, you're like, this is a once in a lifetime talent. Do we really want to let him go for maybe offers that we don't agree with? And as you know, there's GMs out there who will take their time and be difficult about it, Masai, and make sure that if they want to make sure what they have on top with them, they'll either keep them in the long haul or trade them. But in this case, it sounds like there's been so much smoke, and there's got to be some level of fire there where it's like, do we know he'll resign?
What are the chances? Yeah, what are the chances he's actually going to stay at the Angels?
Yeah, who knows? No one knows. That's the thing. Nobody knows.
Right? You were saying the Yankees?
I said, well, the teams that can afford him.
The
New York,
Yankees,
the Dodgers,
Padres.
Do the Blue Jays have
There's no way he stays, right?
I mean, the Blue Jays have the money, but I don't think
Rodgers
they do. They don't have the
Rodgers
prospects
has
to
the
do that.
money to sign him.
Right, but it's
because they rip us off every month
to sign
on
him.
our cell phone plans.
But yes, that's
and
very
our
true.
cable packages.
They got the dough rate.
But if they do trade for him, will they have enough assets left over after they trade him to have a?
They don't even have. I don't think they have enough assets to even put a package together.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the teams that do, the Baltimore Orioles, have an incredible farm system, but I don't think they're going to pull that trigger. Their name was thrown in the mix for a trade. They can't sign him. They have like one of the lowest payrolls in baseball. But the Angels, listen, they're playing better. Since the All-Star break, they're 7-3. That's the best record in the MLB. 4 games back. They have a tough schedule ahead, but they play Detroit, which they're playing right now. Then they got the Jays, Seattle, and their teams are all vying for that wild card spot. Mike Trout's coming back in mid-August. They just acquired a starting pitcher, Giolito, from the White Sox, a really good reliever as well. So they're going all in. Listen, if you get Trout to come back and he can play to the best of his abilities, Ohtani starts pitching the way he's been pitching before, you never know. So listen, if you didn't get an offer that works, forget it. Listen, you might have to walk at the end of the season, unfortunately, but if things change and they make the playoffs, they make a bit of a run, maybe Ohtani looks at it and says, this is not so bad over here after all.
I just think if some team's going to offer you $600 million for an 8-year contract.
Yeah, but who says the Angels can't offer him that?
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't.
But we're gonna have to wait and see.
They already have.
If he wants to win too, right?
Exactly.
If he wants to win, then
this is it, right? So it's like go all in with Ohtani. Hopefully, make the playoffs, make a run, and he wants to stay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's walking for free, which is like you're gonna look back on that and be like,
you
let the possibly, don't bite my head off, the greatest baseball player of all time.
Did you not watch? Were you not part of the show yesterday? He is not the best baseball player of all time.
This is kind of disappointing because when you think of like transfers in soccer and big trades in the world, I think this Ohtani trade would be up there with like Gretzky going to Los Angeles.
No.
How is it not?
Because at that point in time, Wayne Gretzky was the greatest hockey player who ever lived.
Okay.
That was he's not the best baseball player who ever lived.
He's the best baseball player in the world right now.
That doesn't matter. We saw Aaron Rodgers was the best quarterback in the NFL at one point in time. He got traded this past summer. Was that the biggest NFL trade of all time? No. It's the recency bias on this.
It's not recency. Okay, name a bigger trade.
In baseball?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Well, maybe we won't do that. We don't have enough time on the show for you to name a
CC
trade.
Sabathia to the Milwaukee Brewers back in the day.
Yeah,
that was a
massive
bit
trade.
because they made the playoffs with him.
Right.
Eddie, has he made the playoffs yet, Ohtani?
No, he has not.
Okay. there you
We'll
go.
see him and Trout in the playoffs together. That's good times. That's what I want to see. Okay, let's transition. Women's World Cup. Canada did not play, but Nigeria did.
Yeah.
Pulling off plus 600, by the way. Congratulations if you bet Nigeria. Plus 600 to beat Australia. They did. They're now top of Group B. Canada can qualify with a win or a draw, but if Australia beats them, they're out.
Yeah, so I woke up this morning thinking, this is great news. Look at Nigeria. They beat the host. This is great for Canada. Wow. And now I'm realizing that it might not be so great because Australia need a win against Canada in that third match day. Sam Kerr, rumored to be back. We'll obviously see. You spoke about how she has to get that medical test.
I think they're going to do whatever they can.
I think she goes on the pitch no matter what. If I'm her, I go on the pitch. Break your leg, doesn't matter. Do anything at this point, right? And they need to win. Canada need a draw or a win, obviously, like Albert just said. So for me, this is terrifying for Canada because you have the hosts. That stadium is going to be packed with Australians, and they need a win. This is not great. This is not great, especially after the first half we saw against Ireland. That second half, much better. But we have kind of seen two sides of this Canadian team. What side are we going to get, right?
I think what's kind of getting lost in the shuffle opening so far is how well Nigeria has played. And what have you seen from this Nigerian side that's made them so successful? Of course, drawing Canada and then beating Australia.
Well, once again, I did not rule Nigeria out.
I'm not saying you did. I'm saying other
was
people.
Better this time after what they did to Morocco in November. Let's never forget that. But they have Asisat Oshola, Barcelona legend. She's nominated for a Ballon d'Or this year. She's an absolute weapon on the pitch. So there's no way that this team was, ever going to be like kind of, swept under the rug. They also have another 40-year-old on their team, like Christine St. Clair. So they bring that, I can't remember her name right now, but she's a defender. And she's also been to 6 World Cups. They have, the experience as well. So it's tough. It's World Cup. And Albert always talks about this. It's tournament-style football. One good day, one bad day, anything can happen. True. So, I mean, listen, it just means that match day 3 is going to be crazy.
I'm worried. If I'm the Canadians, the women's,
for sure.
I'm really worried. Okay, so what's your gut telling you about this game? Your honest prediction. Let's hear it.
I go for the draw. Go for the
draw.
Go for the draw.
All right, so Canada gets through with the draw.
What do you think with the media ban though that Team Canada has implemented?
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, obviously we heard about the men's statement. They came out and they said they didn't want their names and their likeliness being used. Now it's the Women's World Cup. This was 16 hours before the Ireland game, match day 2. Now the Canadian women's team are not doing any media, and they said that their technical staff are giving them time off. I don't know. It all sounds very, very fishy. I mean, this is a really bad situation. I think it's really poor for the women that they don't want to come out and basically talk to the media because they don't want to have to deal with all the stuff that's going on with the men's team. And they shouldn't have to because it's a World Cup. It's the biggest tournament in the world.
It is.
Once every 4 years, and now they have to deal with this stuff. Again, it just goes back to show how bad of a situation soccer in Canada is right now.
But at least, maybe they can focus more on the game.
That's exactly it.
Maybe just put the horse blinders on and let's go take on Australia and try to win this game.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you guys think? Can Canada beat Australia?
Honestly, I have used the host nation in Australia. Sam Kerr is coming back.
But that's also, on the flip side, that's a lot of pressure on Australia.
Yeah, but we've never seen Canada soccer in the women. Okay, again.
Careful what you say.
But here's the thing.
Careful what you say.
You can't.
But here's the other thing. Did the women? In the Olympics, right? The women
did
not score a goal in the knockout stage or something like that in the Olympics. I was reading something. They did.
No, that's wrong.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
They went to penalties for the whole tournament, didn't they? I'm pretty.
The whole way?
I think so. If we look at the knockout stage.
In the knockout stages, they drew their first game, won their second, and they drew the final game, I believe it was against Chile. And in the Olympics.
Well, they've been on a huge, massive scoring drought anyway in their last 5 games.
Scoring is definitely an issue.
Scoring has not been.
Yeah.
Hey, they got 2 goals last game. One might have been an own goal.
Look, but I just think Australia, The pressure's going to be on them. They're at
You
home.
traitor.
So you're gonna take
Canadian
Australia?
traitor.
I'm taking my country.
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
Canada.
be-
Get it done.
I'm gonna be
Win or draw.
patriotic.
But
It's
go
gonna
out
be-
win
No,
this
go
thing.
for the win.
It's
Go
gonna be
for
a
the
win. Are you
win.
kidding me? It's a win. Okay, guys, I'm again not the biggest soccer person out there, but from what I know is the men's team here sucks. The reason why they're having problems, and the women's team is the best team of all Canadian sports, besides the leagues of obviously everything else. But I think they've got a chance. They have the experience there. I know Christine Sinclair's might be on her last leg right now, but that level of experience that you have with you never leaves you. And I know they've been wishy-washy, but they will understand what's at stake, and they're gonna bring their best foot forward and get that win for
It's
us.
amazing storylines in this game, right? You have Canada going through what they're going through, trying to make it out of this group against the host nation. You have the host nation missing their best player who could end up playing. It could be one of those situations, I hope not, where you see the best player in Sam Kerr come on the pitch. She's still injured and may not be able to make it through the entire game, or she does and she comes through even being injured. There's so many good storylines in this match. I'm looking forward to it a
Both
lot.
sides.
Canada, Australia.
What I meant was Canada only scored from penalties their entire knockout stage. They didn't
Thank you for
score.
looking that up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Well, that's fantastic.
let's
wanted to
see. I
clarify
mean,
that.
listen, they Adriana Leon fired it up. They had a lot of chances in the second half against Ireland, so hopefully they use that. And
Momentum.
that draw against Nigeria though can really bite them in the butt still. If they draw, they could finish second in the group still, and then that's England. So yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a really exciting match day
Yeah, I
3
can't
though
wait.
for us in Canada. So
The no official nicknames taking on the Matildas.
Yeah.
That's the battle of
Yeah.
the no official nicknames. Okay, let's take a quick break. Coming up after the break, we're gonna play a little game. Role play ultimatum is back. We're gonna have some questions. We're gonna talk about aliens. Should be interesting. So stay tuned. More coming up on the Homestand Show. Okay, welcome back to the Homestand Show. Sean McCormick joins the show. Sara Poraria out with Noor Zainab, Justin Pooney, Albert Vartanian. What was that?
It's the double guns, man.
What's the double guns?
It's just it's my thing.
Look at
Now,
this
will you be breaking out that dance move tomorrow at the Toronto Beer Festival?
Oh,
I will be doing a lot of things at the Toronto Beer Festival. I will be dancing. I will be singing. I will be drinking. I will be partaking in the food trucks and
The
fun
overpriced
of-
food trucks that you said.
I did say they're overpriced.
Yes.
Yes, not to again. It has nothing to do with Bet99, so I can say it's an overpriced food truck. But a lot of delicious things. Powdered donuts. I got a free poutine last year because I wore a shirt that was like the Supreme brand. Mine says poutine because I'm a fat guy on the inside, and so I got a free poutine last year.
You
So
guys-
I'll see what I get this year.
You guys do seem like beer consumers, so
Oh,
I'm gonna have to rely on you and your beer expertise
I
tomorrow.
don't
So
know
let us
anything about
know.
beer.
Anybody watching, check us out at the Bet99
Yes.
Arena.
Booth.
yes, the Toronto Festival of Beer, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah,
Ice Cube's playing tomorrow.
Ice Cube's going to be there. We're all going to be there.
Can't wait
Pooney's
to
going
hear.
to be there.
I can't wait to hear Ice Cube, man.
Eh?
I hope Ice Cube sings "Go to Church."
Ice Cube.
Who's playing tomorrow? Ice Cube.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear. Producer Ellie was saying something crazy in my ear. I don't even know.
He was saying "No Vaseline," which is an Ice Cube song.
Okay,
song.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man.
hopefully he doesn't play that song. I don't know if you've heard the lyrics.
I've
to
heard
song.
that.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's move on. Role play ultimatum. We're playing a game today.
Nice.
That has something
I
to
missed
do with
the role play.
Vaseline. So we'll start with the first one. We'll start with you, Justin.
Okay.
You are the people of Earth.
I'm
Choose one sports figure to make first contact with our visitors from outer space. Who's it going to be?
athlete.
They come down. The first person they see is. Have you not thought about this?
I have. I was gonna say LeBron, but now I don't know.
LeBron. Why? Because he was in Space Jam?
Yeah, he already beat the aliens once, right? But I would say, like a guy like Steph, maybe Giannis. Giannis is he's a good, wholesome guy. He's humorous. He's very welcoming.
Oh, you're taking this like seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Pick the biggest douchebag in
No,
the world?
no. I
and say,
just I
be
thought we were going like off
Well,
the
we
board
don't.
here.
Well, seriously, we don't know what aliens are capable of. We don't know if they can. The first impression is very big. It's like a first date. If you don't have a first impression, the girl's gonna walk away.
Yeah, his
right.
first date with the aliens.
Right.
Well,
So
give me
you
a
gotta
good
take.
first date tip,
Yeah.
please.
You want a first?
I don't
date
need
tip?
one, but I just for the
Hi,
audience.
Justin. Nice to meet you. My name's Alberta. How you doing today? we're role playing here. Role play. I want to hear what's your first line when you see me.
Well, if you said that, I'm gonna walk away.
Why? What's wrong with the name
that's a-
Alberta?
That's rude, man.
Huh?
She's not your type?
You're not my type, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that's
Wow.
unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Okay, Nor, who are
That'd
you?
bring down the level.
See, I didn't know. That's why I thought we were going to go like maybe a little bit logical.
No, we
So
can do
I'll-
whatever we want.
I'll give you my fun one.
Yeah, yeah,
and
all
my
good.
fun one's going to be Kawhi. I think Kawhi is going to be the easiest person. You
Oh,
put
that's
up.
a
He won't
shocker.
say a word. They're going to be like,
Kawhi is.
Was that the
Do we
Kawhi
need to
laugh?
get you do we need to get you an oxygen mask, Sean?
Was that not a good Kawhi laugh? Yeah, that's
Holy
much
cow.
better, actually.
no, that was really good. I caught that, Justin. I
Okay,
caught that. It was
I
I
good.
thought he was
Yeah.
gassed.
Episode.
I think he would just confuse the aliens, and that's what we need. We just need
Okay.
someone to be like, sit there, and he's gonna laugh out of turn, so you won't know when the laugh's coming, and the laugh will catch you off guard. And just him being kawaii and show up as a 6'9" guy, but can't say a word. I think it's just the perfect contrast. But
Right.
legitimately, I would choose the soccer player, Brazilian Miss Marta. I think she's done
Ah,
well on the
okay.
pitch. She shows
Like
versatility.
a diplomatic thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, I like
Marta.
it. I like
Thank
it.
you,
Love
Martha.
Martha.
She's been the passer. She's understands how to set her teammates up. She's also been a goal scorer. But on top of that, too, off the pitch, she's been a UN ambassador, and I believe she's also part of the Sustainable Development Goals program.
Wow.
So she's a well-rounded woman, and I kind of want to see a lady take a charge there.
I like
Sorry, guys.
that.
That's very
Top that
diplomatic.
one
Yeah,
there,
I
Sean
mean,
McCormick.
Sorry,
Noor
guys.
put a ton of thought into it. Justin put no thought into it. I'm gonna go middle ground. I'm gonna go with somebody fun as well. The Worm, Dennis Rodman.
Oh, you took mine.
Did I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have
Dennis-
a backup.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
What's your backup?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, that's good.
Mike
is good.
Tyson's a good one because he's very
Yeah.
mellowed out now.
Yeah,
and,
now he
know,
is.
he's
Yeah,
very,
yeah. I picked those guys because, Dennis Rodman for one, just an all-around interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a former 5-time NBA champion, I believe.
He can clearly talk to anybody.
Partied. Dated celebs.
went to North Korea.
Went to North Korea to do
that
some
was kind of
politics
my
as
reason.
well.
Yeah. I think he's
Um,
the reason why that movie was released, actually. The interview?
Oh,
He
the
did-
interview.
He did
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of the Switzerland there. He's
I,
like, "Let's
I,
you
I
calm down,
skipped
you
that
calm
one.
down."
Was that actually a good movie?
I liked
I skipped it.
It was okay.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And then Mike Tyson's an interesting philosophical guy too now in his older age, and if an alien got out of line, he would just take care of it,
Bite their
Oh,
ear off.
nice. I like that.
If
yeah,
aliens
mine was
have
Dennis
ears.
Rodman. I didn't have a backup. I was thinking maybe like a wrestler or something,
Ric Flair.
like a Hulk Hogan. The
No,
Hulkster?
Hulk Hogan's a douche.
What's going on, brother? Anyway, okay, let's move on. Shohei Ohtani.
Oh,
you
my
are
God.
Shohei Ohtani. Where are you playing baseball next season, Mr. Ohtani?
I have a couple answers, one more obvious than the other one, so I'll go a little off the board. I'm going to say the San Francisco Giants.
I thought about that.
Why?
They took a swing last season at Aaron Judge and missed. They're a big baseball market. They have a pretty big payroll as well. They don't have any stars, and they're competitive right now. I think they're second or third in the NL West with a winning record. Could push them over the hump for next season. So I think I'll go with the San Francisco Giants as my answer.
Noor Ohtani. Where are you going?
I think I would stay. But just because like my team's banked on me so much that it shows they value me, they want me here. You understand the area, you have relationships. It's all been built up, already built in. He could probably make a lot more money there too, right? With the Angels, we maybe offer him more than anybody else can. So I probably would stay put and hope that one day we can have a swing at winning something.
Justin.
If I'm Shohei Ohtani, I'm gonna go where the greatest Japanese baseball player of all time played.
Oh, Seattle.
And that's the Seattle Mariners.
But that's because it's closer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ichiro always really wanted that World Series.
Exactly.
And you
And
didn't get it.
where does Shohei Ohtani spend his off seasons, everybody? In Seattle. So why? Is
that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Why?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Where'd you get that information?
Seattle's a
Yeah.
beautiful city. They got a big Asian population, right? You know,
But why is he there?
why not? Why,
And how do you know?
Because I know. I
It
did my
sounds like you
research.
don't know.
I know. I did my research on it.
But why is he
pull
there?
it
The house there?
I'd like your
Yes.
bibliography at the end of the day.
yeah, yeah.
please.
Yes, I'll cite an APA style for you too.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
But yeah, Ohtani spends his off seasons in Seattle. Of course,
Yeah.
there's the Ichiro connection. The team is good, right? Imagine him and Julio Rodriguez. You know, they got the two big stars there. They fill the ballpark up all the time, and they have rich owners that they've of course signed Robinson Cano years ago to that massive contract. So why not? And it's in the same division. You could stick it to the Angels as much as you want for years to come.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like
I don't know.
something he
If,
wants to
yeah,
do,
I don't
but-
think he wants.
No.
I mean, I'm Shohei Ohtani. I don't want to stick it to anybody. But listen, I'm going. I don't know where I'm playing, but I'm going to a contender.
You can't do that. That's a chicken
No,
way.
but
You gotta
listen,
pick a place.
I am.
Pick a place.
No, there's only a couple contenders, like true contenders that can afford them. The Dodgers, maybe the Giants, the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
I thought the Yankees
maybe
was the
the
obvious
Mets
choice.
if they offload some of what they have right now, which I don't think is going to happen. The Padres might even be in that if they trade Juan Soto and they have some availability in terms of some space. But listen, I'm Ohtani. If you look at my goals list that I've referenced before on the show, by this time in his life, he wanted 3 World Series rings. He doesn't have one. Clearly, based on his life goal list, he wants to win a ring.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen with Anaheim. I don't care if you bring in Lucas Giolito, if Mike Trout's going to play, the team is not good enough. There's a reason why they're still 4 games out of a wild card, and they still have a really tough test down the stretch. So it's not going to happen with the Angels. I need to go to a contender. What do you got?
Shohei Ohtani, a quote from Shohei Ohtani
Okay.
on July 10th. From July 10th, excuse me. I've actually spent about 2 off seasons in Seattle, and I felt the city's very nice. I really liked it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a glowing review.
Yeah, it's a glowing review of Seattle. I want to go to Seattle, actually.
I would. I'm a big fan of the grunge music, my friend.
Yes. The gum wall.
Yeah.
I would offer a better spot in Seattle. If you're Ohtani, maybe check out California. Why would you want to go where it rains? I know you know
never
it
been
too
up there?
well.
You've never been up to the Pacific
Yeah, but
Northwest.
it's like
the-
I've seen.
it's the
Isn't-
most beautiful
wasn't
place in the
Twilight
world.
filmed in Seattle?
That doesn't do it any justice.
It's pretty
Don't
grainy, though.
disrespect-
Are there vampires in Seattle?
there
Let's
are.
get out of here.
That's where Justin's from, kind of.
Kind of.
Surrey, BC.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half away, depending on how fast you drive.
All right, next one. This
Speed
one-
limit. I drive the speed limit.
I don't.
We're going to Buffalo. Ellie, I'm going to kill you. Buffalo Bills. This is a tough one. Would you cut DeMar Hamlin? This is a difficult one. It really is. Justin?
I don't know. Like, it's hard. It's such a hard thing to do after what he went through and what the whole team went through last year in January.
But you got to think about it comes down to business.
It does. It comes down to winning. And if he takes up, and if somebody else is playing better, NFL is the next man up league, right? If you get beaten out, you get beaten out. Do I think the Bills will do everything in their power to make sure he's still a part of the team? In some capacity, whether it's practice squad or maybe making him if he gets released and doesn't catch on with another team, do they bring him back in some sort of role in the community or something like that? Maybe. I think you're in the business and you're in the pressure of winning a Super Bowl. You have a generational quarterback, a generational wide receiver in their prime right now, and the pressure's on the Bills to win. You have to compete for a Super Bowl, and if somebody's playing better than DeMar Hamlin, you're gonna have to make that difficult decision. It's tough. It's
It's not
hard,
easy.
but it's something you have to do for the betterment of the Buffalo Bills organization.
So was
Nor?
that,
Yeah,
was
that's
that a
really
yes?
tough.
I don't know what that was.
I
That was a yes.
I don't know what that was
Okay.
either, but I kind of do agree.
It was nice,
there.
but I didn't know which side you were on.
It's a yes.
No, you really thought that through.
Yeah, it was great.
Every second I was like, oh, I didn't think he could get to that level of thought pattern, but he did. And I agree. I do agree because I think that as a team, you do have to win. And at the same time, too, I would look at DeMar and I would just be like, is it healthy for him to be there for that long as well? Like, would you not maybe be doing him a favor to be like, well, and Justin said too, you can still keep him as a part of your team, but perhaps you're making him choose his health first almost, if that makes sense.
Sean.
Yeah, what happened to him was sort of a freak accident, and I hope that nothing like that happens again.
Well, they gave him the all clear, right? So he's good to go.
And he's
back at
always in
training camp,
training camp, and the reports are that things are going well for him. The reason he played so much last year was because injuries to the Buffalo Bills safety room. You know, Jordan Poyer was out for 5 games or so.
Micah Hyde,
Micah Hyde only played 2 games last year.
So right away, he's the third guy.
Minimum. And then there's Dean
Yeah.
Marlowe, and then they signed somebody else from the Los Angeles Rams to play as well. So it's not looking good for a former 6th round pick, right? Somebody that you don't have a lot of investment in, but it's a great story for the community. It's a great story for football. Great story for the charity that he's. It was a toy drive that was getting like $2,000 a year, and now has surpassed $11 million a year. But yeah, if Dustin's right, if I can keep him on the practice squad for the community and maybe to develop him and see what they have in him, then yeah, for sure. He's not somebody I would have on the active roster this year. The reason I thought about this is I did see an article read on The Athletic about this very topic, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. Also, I've been harping against him for comeback player of the year odds. I think it's just too short of an odd for him. I'm looking at a few other players that were faced in certain capacities.
If he plays a snap, he wins comeback player.
I don't think so. For me, it's Tua, it's Foster Moreau, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Tua's a big one, yeah.
Well, Foster Moreau's come back from cancer too, right?
Yeah.
So that's something.
So for me, like again, I think somebody like Tua who could maybe achieve.
It feels kind of dirty betting on that.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I'm a scumbag.
You
This just in: Sean McCormick is a scumbag.
So are you cut or no?
I'm cutting him.
You're cutting him,
But
yeah.
yeah,
If he needs
unfortunately.
to be cut,
practice squad,
yeah.
he'd be on the my practice squad.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's like I said, it's business at the end of the day. Unfortunately, like if he needs to get cut because he's not cutting it, no pun intended.
That reminds me of
then he's
Bronny
got to go.
James too. You know how Bronny James got his cardiac arrest as
Yeah.
well? It's kind of just like, well, like, would you, even as a player, like, do you, at that point, are you thinking to yourself, are you worried to get on the court and exert your energy and exercise and do all those things where you don't know
Right.
what's going to happen again? And it's scary.
A lot of pressure, though. A lot of pressure on DeMar Hamlin as well to make the team as well.
Yeah.
A lot of outside pressure.
But there
People are
shouldn't- but
counting
there
on.
shouldn't
I
be
know, but there
pressure
is.
on
This
that.
is something that Devin still talked about.
Yeah.
And he was cut in 2014 by the Bengals, and his daughter Leia, I believe, had stage 4 cancer. So it's, I mean, there's things that happen in your personal life, but that doesn't really matter in your work life. It's, there's a work-life balance, and sometimes if you're just not up to it, you gotta lose your job. Unfortunately, hopefully he makes it. Hopefully he makes
for sure.
it. We're all going for DeMar Hamlin. Okay, the next one. I'll start with Justin. You are Terry Dunfield, current interim manager of Toronto FC. Do you ask to return to Toronto FC Academy?
I'm on the first thing smoking out of town. I don't want to be nowhere near. Yo, TFC might be the biggest dumpster fire in all of sports. This franchise is an absolute joke.
So you're not going to the academy. You're
Look at this.
Look
at this.
Watching a TFC game is like getting whacked by Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. It's that predictable. Producer Ellie. From Toronto with a guy.
Where's that a headshot from? That's a great headshot.
That's a young producer Ellie.
The funny thing is that that's his actual skin tone.
It's green. He's radioactive.
Some sort of.
But yeah, no,
Okay, so
I'll get on the first thing out of town, man. This franchise is a joke.
So it's not
This
even
club is
just
a
to the
joke.
academy. You're just
No, I'm
getting
trying to
out
save
Dodge.
myself from the stench and the disgustingness of the TFC. This team is 5-0 they lost yesterday and a red card.
They had
this
no
team
chance
is
yesterday.
horrible. Not even horrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, if there needs to be relegation because TFC needs to be relegated back to the NS. What is it, NSW, NSAW? What is the league below
The
the
NSL?
MLS? The NSL, whatever.
CPL, the Canadian.
CPL. No, they're not even good enough for the CPL.
This guy.
Wow.
Albert's Rec League.
Scathing
Albert's
indictment.
Rec League
At the
deserves
Paramount
more.
Center in Mississauga?
At the Paramount Center in Mississauga deserves more respect
Yeah, I mean,
than TFC.
TFC as a club right now, you can direct your hate at them, but it has nothing to do with Terry Dunfield.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get out of there. I don't want to be associated with that.
If you're
stink.
Terry Dunfield, wouldn't you want to like start a legacy?
I want to get off
the
the sinking
TFC
ship.
Academy for 6 years. You get a promotion, all of a sudden, I'm cool with being part of. I just want to go back to the academy and make minuscule amounts of money. Like I think Bob Bradley was making like $450,000 a year.
Yeah, but they're not going to give Terry. But Bob Bradley was a big name. They're not going to give Terry Dunfield $450,000.
No, I agree with that, but it's going to be a big pay raise from what he was doing.
I don't know.
If I'm Terry Dunfield, I want to take one more year.
Look,
and
Terry Dunfield's a soccer legend in Canada. He'll find a job somewhere else in this country. They'll
Maybe.
pay him very. Look,
May not be the job that he wants, right? Because if you're Terry Dunfield right now in this position, okay, you took the job and you know what comes with the job, how bad this team is. You got to try and turn it around. But your reputation's taking a huge hit here.
Yeah, but Terry Dunfield's used to losing. He was with TFC back in 2011 to 2013, where they were like 18th overall, 17th overall, 16th overall. They never sniffed the playoffs. He's used to it. Okay. So, like, for me, I just think take another year at it, clean slate, try to put your own tactics into the club. Maybe get rid of Insigne and Bernadeschi and see what you have. I don't expect it to be a good year for TFC next year either. But, I mean, again, if I'm Terry Dunfield, why not take a little money, put your name out there, see what you can do with the club, and hopefully maybe you get another job and get another job in a different team after.
No, you're Terry Dunfield. You're trying to fix a broken, shitty team. What do you do?
I'm watching the Inter Miami, 15th in the league, become mini Barcelona.
Yeah.
And I see what's happening with Toronto. I'm adjusting. I'm gonna be on the passenger seat right next to him. Out of there.
Let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Get the hell out of here.
Sorry, Toronto.
Okay, no, I'll stick with you on this one. You're a combat sports fan.
Okay.
Would you rather be ringside in Vegas for Spence against Crawford, big fight,
Massive fight.
or in the Octagon this weekend, Octagon side for UFC 291? What would you rather be? Would you rather be close
I would
to the
rather
ring
be,
or the
Think with
Octagon?
the, the celebrities, too, that are going to be at each event.
Obviously, I know. But I'm thinking in terms of, like, are you in path of being...
No. You're right there.
No,
but I
right
mean, like, if there's a little bit of blood
That's what I'm
flying,
saying, right?
you might catch a stray.
You bring an umbrella maybe or something and
You'd
have a
probably
poncho.
be the first ringside. Who's that ringside? Oh, is that the Homestand zone? Nor Zainab sitting beside Kim K?
Kim K? You know what? Yeah, I'm down. I'm good.
So which one is it? Which
I'll
one
be
are you
ringside. I want to be next to Kim K. I want to be ringside. I'll
Okay.
take some blood for Kim K. That's fine.
I know what Justin's
End
going to
up on
say.
her Insta after.
What?
Ringside.
Of course.
Yeah, you love your
you know
boxing.
You know the celebrities that are gonna be at Spence and Crawford. We'll probably
big
see
fight,
all the rappers there, all the NBA players. Maybe I can sit next to my guy Steven Jackson. He's a big Earl Spence fan.
Right.
I can sit next to.
So you're not even really going for the fight. You're
No,
going
I'm
to
gonna be
mingle.
watching. I want to be smoozing with the
You want to
celebrities.
mingle with the
ringside.
celebrities.
Exactly.
Got
And it's
you.
Vegas
And it's
too,
Vegas
right?
too,
Yeah,
baby.
it's
Hold on, you got the
Vegas.
bankroll to roll with some of these celebrities?
Don't worry. Fake it till you make it, baby. Somebody
Okay.
told me that one time. Fake it till you make
What?
it.
Okay, what's your fit for the night?
I'm going to like some high-end store like Caesar's Palace.
But what is it? Is it a suit?
That's
is
a
it like a
good question.
turtleneck
You know what?
blazer?
You know what?
Oh, Turtleneck Jones.
Turtleneck blazer. with some
Turtleneck
dress
blazer's
pants,
nice.
And I'm keeping the tags on it, and I'm gonna return it the next day.
Are you doing the dress pants that show a little ankle with no socks?
See, I gotta wear my socks. I can't.
Oh, you don't got nice ankles?
I do got nice ankles, but I like to keep it classy and civil. You know?
But can you go as a 2004 NBA draft class?
No, I wear
Just
something nice.
baggy?
Yeah, you're not wearing like a Steve Harvey suit?
No, I'm not gonna wear a
on.
Steve Harvey suit. No.
I'm wearing
And also, I
jorts
don't
and
want
a
to be in
Perry
Salt Lake
Ellis
City.
button-up.
I don't want to be in Salt Lake City for the weekend either.
Why?
That's what UFC 291. I'm not gonna be in Salt
beautiful.
Lake City, man.
Okay, Sean, what are you doing?
I gotta go cage side. I'm a bigger fan of mixed martial arts than I am of boxing. I do think this is a hell of a boxing fight. One of the few times in boxing that you get the
Best on
guys,
best.
best on best guys who are fighting in the peak of their prime. So hell of a main event. They have a couple notable fighters on the undercard, a couple prospects, but the full card of UFC 291 is just a nice card. The fake BMF title is on the line.
No, that's a real
Somebody's
title.
getting stopped in that one. I don't
That
know if
is-
somebody's getting stopped in
That fight, Gaethje Poirier, is probably worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
Is
and-
The Rock gonna be presenting the belt again?
It's probably not.
Yeah, I
no.
don't know, maybe.
Derek Lewis on the card, so he's going to say something stupid after he knocks somebody out. The co-main event is good with Alex Pereira.
Oh, yeah. Poitin!
So again, I'm hyped for this card. I'm gonna actually gonna play some poker, watch the fights this
Oh,
weekend.
thanks for the invite.
Yeah, what the hell?
Call up my buddy Drew.
Who's Drew?
Drew.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And
So,
so,
okay, we
Text
talked about his fit for boxing. He's going to look sharp. What
Yeah.
do you rock? Are you rocking an Affliction shirt and some shorts?
Affliction with True
I
Legend
did
jeans?
have a couple Affliction shirts back in the day.
Okay, well, no, seriously. Okay, Sean, here's your tickets.
Oh,
You're
thank
going
you.
to Vegas, or not Vegas, Utah, to watch
Oh.
this fight. What's your outfit?
What do Mormons
Oh,
wear?
I'm wearing like a graphic T-shirt and shorts.
Kenny Omega T-shirt and some shorts?
Yeah, I'm a music T-shirt or I
I can see
don't
that,
care about
yeah.
my fit. I'm just there to watch
And a
somebody
Hawaiian
get pounded.
shirt.
And
Yeah.
he's not going to mingle with celebrities. He's going to watch the fight and get turned up.
Yeah, I'm there
Oh,
for
yeah.
I'm there
I'm
to
there to schmooze.
cash some tickets and
Cash some tickets.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
betting? I thought you gave up betting.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to go, man, that's a tough one. I'm going to go ringside, but completely different reason. I've actually been cage side and ringside.
Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of doing
Humble
that.
brag.
Humble brag.
Rouge?
And I mean, being able to be ringside, it's easier to see what's going on instead of looking through a fence. It just
Yeah.
it sucks looking through a fence that whole time with the octagon. So looking through the ropes, that's my thing. I'm not going to mingle with celebs. What am I going to say? What am I gonna say?
I'm out
Hey,
from the
I'm gonna
Homestand
say,
show.
hey, Boozy, what's going on? Like, who am I gonna talk
we
to?
could, we could get all the famous. I can get people
They
to
come
the show.
on the Homestand show,
Exactly. I'm trying to
Kim K,
network to make this show
come
better.
on. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll fly her to Toronto with me the next day.
Kim K, Boozy, Steven Jackson.
In her
What a
jet
show!
too, actually.
If we
not
got
even
Kim
my
K,
own, yeah.
Steven Jackson, Lil
Lil
Boozy on one
Boozy?
show, we would do through the roof.
Oh, Wayne
right
will
now.
be there for sure, right? Probably.
Maybe if he's.
Jason Love might also be there. Producer Ellie.
We said his name on the show. Can Ellie stop talking about
Okay,
it?
Nur
Jason Love.
Zainab. Okay,
Jason Love,
let's
Jason
rip
Love.
through these. Nur Zainab, Super Bowl 58.
Yes.
Who should be doing the halftime show?
I got this, and this needs to happen. I don't know who's in
Holy
charge
cow,
of
you're
PR
so
marketing.
energetic about it.
I will be the one. I will start the GoFundMe to make this happen.
GoFundMe.
Jay-Z and Kanye. We need a repeat of Watch the Throne. It hasn't happened in
that'd be
years.
sick,
I
actually.
want to see. And if this this happens in Vegas, right next year's
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl, I will be there, front row. No,
Kanye's too much of a loose cannon.
Hold on,
Yeah,
first
they're
of
not
all-
gonna
but that's fine.
First of all,
but
that
Kanye
Watch the
and Jay-Z
Throne
together.
concert tour was incredible.
No,
It really was.
That whole album.
I'm actually all in for
everything
that.
they've done. Thank you.
I'm all
No,
in
it's
for
not, no, it's great.
I'm all
I'm a
for that.
fan. I just don't think it would happen because Kanye West is a lunatic.
If it were to happen, because if Jay-Z's involved, though, I think Jay-Z can have some
Well,
level
Jay-Z
of
does
influence
have
over
an
Kanye.
involvement with the NFL. He's a partnership with the NFL for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Imagine how well this would do, just like in terms of how many people would watch it. Jay-Z and Kanye back together after how long?
And the visuals would be great too. Obviously, being
Insane.
the Super Bowl.
You
And
haven't
in Las
heard those
Vegas?
songs?
Oh yeah, it's in Vegas as well. What do you got? Shania
I mean,
Twain?
you gotta go. You gotta go with the guy who's the biggest artist in the world.
Don't say it.
Morgan
Who's the
Wallen?
biggest all?
Is he gonna say Drake?
Yeah.
It's got to be Drake.
Well, I mean,
Drake.
true. Like,
If the Weeknd can do a Super Bowl halftime show, why the hell is Drake not doing a Super Bowl halftime show yet? Pepsi, Live Nation, offer the bag to Drake. It's gonna be in Vegas. He did a residency in Vegas years before. Drake, Super Bowl in Vegas. It's gonna happen.
He's gonna leave Vegas with like 3 different NFL players tatted on
That's
his body.
fine. But it's gonna be a show that we've never seen before.
Celine Dion has a residency in Vegas.
Hey, maybe he'll bring out Celine, the Canadian connection.
I can see that actually.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got? Sean McCormick.
Miley Cyrus.
What?
Miley Cyrus.
Why?
Why not? She's one of the biggest artists going right now, isn't she?
Is she?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Miley
What's
Cyrus.
she gonna do? Wrecking Ball?
No, yeah, she's gonna fly in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, she's gonna bring on Britney Spears, Madonna,
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not bad, actually.
Joan
Billy
Jett.
Ray Cyrus.
Okay.
Her dad.
Don't
back
break
to
my
work.
heart.
Yeah, I think. Hey, book it.
I think he hit gold here.
I rest my case.
I'm going with Nor. I didn't even think about Watch the Throne.
No, you gotta pick.
You
your
gotta
own.
have
I don't have one. I mean,
Come on, pick.
George
Ice Spice.
Ellie,
Say Ice
Ellie,
Spice.
George
Ice
George
Spice.
Ferreira.
No, yeah, George Ferreira. I want him to do the show. I'm gonna go. I like yours. I'm gonna go Watch the Throne.
Weak.
That's the one. No, it's not weak. That's
It's
brave.
sort of weird.
It's literally what?
Cop out.
No, his answer.
No,
Oh,
his
okay.
answer
I was
is
like,
cop
oh,
out.
I'm like ready to
No,
fight.
we're,
I'm
we're
like,
fine. We're fine with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, you're okay. We're
like
okay.
listen to
Kanye,
these
Jay-Z,
days.
really?
I listen to everything, like every genre. I've been big on like country right now. Morgan
Oh,
Wallen.
come on, man.
Me,
You can't play
no.
Morgan
Yeah,
Wallen
no, right now.
in
Morgan
He said
Wallen.
some things,
Yeah,
Oh,
he's in
yeah.
dark water
They
right
all
now.
did. We're talking about Kanye West.
Well, I
said
anti
it.
Kanye.
Miley Cyrus did something too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Well,
They all did. Let's not pretend everyone's safe
There's a
in
few
the celebrity
pictures out there.
industry. Huh?
There's a few
There's
pictures.
pictures, but that's fine. The pictures can be pictures. All right, the last one to wrap the show up. Let's start with Noor Zainab. You are you. Would you rather be a professional wrestler or a professional swimmer?
What's so
Why
funny?
don't you go first, Justin?
Is this his, he didn't
got
look at
the
the
giggles.
rundown
Why
today?
don't
Go,
you
go.
go first, Justin? Why don't you go first?
Okay, Justin, let's hear. I know what Justin's gonna say.
A wrestler. What? It's so easy.
It's not really.
can't swim anyway,
As,
so does he.
as a wrestler, you know what's on your body, like the strain and the
Yeah.
beat ups and everything. The swimmer, you gotta have
but
good
it's-
body going for a while.
I can't
and you
even
can
swim anyway, so does I wanna be a wrestler.
Tsunamis are coming. I'm gonna be a professional swimmer.
We live in Ontario.
Yeah.
There's no.
Okay.
We live in Ontario.
good
There's no
reason.
oceans
Survival?
near you.
That's not bad.
I'm going
The
swimming.
survival.
You know what my dream is? To headline WrestleMania. Okay, to come out with all the pyro.
How many
and
dreams do you have?
I dream a lot, and don't
That was my dream when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
to headline
Yeah, well,
WrestleMania
not anymore.
and
Yeah.
to win the WWE Championship and have the whole crowd boo me.
And
That
then
would be
joined
a-
the bloodline.
And then joined the NWO.
okay.
The next day on Monday
How
night.
many members are left? Like 2? Like it's not good.
No.
Like original members, Scott Hall,
Pass.
Pass.
unfortunately.
Kevin Nash
Kevin
is still
Nash is
kicking.
Still here.
Hulk still
Hulk's
kicking.
Oh, the Hulks are still around. Okay, you can be the Scott
Eric,
Hall.
Eric
He's
Bischoff-
also said something.
Yeah, he's also
Yeah.
said something. All right. Well, I mean, this.
No, I've been there, done that. Grabbed the T-shirt too while I was there. No, I don't know. I would.
No,
be,
I mean, you're gonna be a professional wrestler.
no, I've been there, done that. I'm gonna be a professional swimmer now.
Do you know he used to do backyard wrestling?
Yeah.
Tell everybody what your wrestling name was.
Like, was it like an actual like?
Yeah.
Like the leotards and everything?
No.
Oh,
I wore
man.
jorts and a
He was-
t-shirt.
Oh, he was John Cena then.
No, he was Inferno.
I did for my school once when I was in high school. I did like a John Cena cosplay and wrestled in front of my entire school.
Nice.
Wow.
In grade 1, I dressed up as Bret Hart. And I gave my teeth.
I was John Cena here last year for Halloween.
You were.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, in grade 2.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you didn't
Were you
rock
not
the
here?
jorts.
Oh, stop. That's a good one. Nice.
That's not bad.
It's a dad joke.
Oh.
Yeah, I did the Bret Hart. I dressed as Bret Hart in grade 2. And when I walked into class, swear to God, no joke, I gave my teacher my glasses.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? Mrs. Bunker, if you're watching this, do you remember that? I have a picture at home. I should bring it in. I had the
A
leather
picture
jacket.
of Mrs. Bunker?
Yeah.
It's still at your house. What? I thought that's what you said.
Okay, I would be a professional wrestler instead of a
sorry.
swimmer.
All right.
But I get what you're saying. For survival purposes,
Yeah. The
maybe you want to
climate's
swim
heating
like
up,
Michael
guys.
Phelps.
Yeah,
Nah,
the whales
forget
are hanging out in one spot. I don't know. Something's happening
I've
in the
been
water.
around whales,
so.
trust me.
So
I know.
you want to be a swimmer?
I can't swim to begin with.
I
I'd rather
can't
be
swim
a
to begin with
professional
it. But you said
swimmer,
you claim to be a wrestling fan. You still
Can
don't wanna-
anyone?
Yeah, but
How's your swimming game?
what?
5 out of 10.
Can none of us swim here? If anything
No,
happens?
I can swim. Not well.
But you'd save yourself.
I could swim not
Okay,
well
And
either.
plus my cardio terrible. I'm not. Yeah.
Say, for example, you're on a boat. You fell off the boat,
Yeah.
right? Could you swim to save your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it depends how far shore is.
Well, that's
Okay, say it's
I
like
could get back into the boat, or I could swim.
maybe.
like 100, 200 meters back to
So-
shore. Could you swim 200 meters back to shore to save yourself?
Yeah, in intervals.
Can you tread water though?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know how to do any of that?
I can.
We should do that. We'll film it. We'll take Justin Pooney to swimming
No,
lessons.
that's dangerous, man. We can't be
Well,
doing
no,
that.
like actual swimming lessons.
Get
yeah,
a lifeguard
yeah,
and everything. Swimming
That
lessons
would be
for
funny.
Justin.
The
I can
Homestand
swim.
would take
I
swimming
can
lessons.
swim. I just can't tread water.
Kevin is a lifeguard, I believe.
Yeah.
I would not want that guy saving my life.
I know, but he's a lifeguard, I believe.
Okay.
He's an athlete. All right, well, that's all I got here.
That's
It's
great.
been a good show,
Beautiful,
folks. I learned a
guys.
lot about
Fun.
everybody here today. It's
We
nice.
always
Did
do
you like
a little
any
bit
of
too
it?
much every
Yeah.
single time.
Sorry?
I learned way
Did
too
you like
much.
any of it?
I liked it, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Justin Pooney.
I was the Inferno, by the way. That was my name. Inferno.
I said that already.
Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry. Hey, have a good show.
Disco Inferno, great song with 50
Disco
Cent.
Inferno, great wrestler, WCW.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's a TV title champion, U.S. champion, too. Doesn't matter. Okay, that's been the Homestand Show for today on the YouTube, the Homestand YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow us on Twitter as well. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. No, we might be going early tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. Maybe not at 3 p.m. Maybe at 2:30 or 2 or 1:30. Stay tuned. You'll find out. Follow us on Twitter. For Justin Pooney, Nor Zainab, Sean McCormick, I'm Albert Vartanian. We'll be back tomorrow.